Alright, welcome back. We're going to continue on our journey through the Lords of the West campaigns. We're going to play the Grand Dukes. I was actually going to do the Hautevilles, but since that has the biggest difficulty, I figured I'd rather do the second one first, because this has two swords. For those who know, the swords next to the name is the difficulty. One sword is easy, two swords is like medium, and then hard is the three swords. So we'll go for the next one, which is the Grand Dukes. As you can see here, it says, the Grand Dukes of the West. For decades, the Dukes of Burgundy have been embroiled in a bloody struggle over control of the mad French king, using their cunning military prowess and immense wealth. However, as the blood that they spill is paid for with blood of their own, their focus turns increasingly northwards as they aim to create a kingdom of their own. In this campaign, you will play as the Burgundians. So that's what we got going on. I am streaming as well, so you might see some alerts pop up here and there. I will mute them, so you shouldn't be interfering on that. We also have chat in the bottom right, so hi YouTube. It is Little Core. Alright, so Grand Dukes. Hard difficulty, good. A Kingdom Divided is the first mission. We shall just go ahead and jump straight in.
Tomorrow, when Joan of Arc burns at the stake, I want you to watch carefully. Not the young woman in the flames, but the men who sentenced her to burn. The English will carry out the sentence, but when nothing but her ashes remains, it is the Grand Duke of the West, our Duke of Burgundy, that will have seized a triumph. For you see, this spectacle is not really about the Maid of Orleans. Her death is only as important as the benefit that it brings us. What burns on that pyre is not Joan the person, but La Pucelle, the symbol of the French resistance. You are young, my son. You have never seen our duchy as anything but a powerful state. But we were not always so mighty. In the greater tale of history, Burgundy is but a newborn power, carved from the lands of the kingdoms and empires that surround us. Our ascent began with John the Fearless, the father of our current duke. Up until then, the Dukes of Burgundy and the Armagnac faction had been equal rivals, fighting for influence at the court of the mad king of France. Louis, the leader of the Armagnac faction, had been using the funds of the French crown for years to stifle John in any way possible. He also boasted of having bedded John's wife. Tiring of these insults and Louis's abuse of royal influence, John decided to end their rivalry for good. Just 3 years into his reign, he sent 15 men to stab the Armagnac Duke to death on the streets of Paris in broad daylight. It was a true show of force. In one bloody act, John established himself as the most powerful duke in France. The Armagnac faction, now leaderless, began preparing for a long war. To keep the Burgundians occupied, they supported a revolt in the city of Liege, which was ruled by John's brother-in-law, the Duke of Bavaria. John the Fearless would not let such unrest spoil his plans for the Grand Duchy. And so he marched his armies north to a small village outside Liege called Auteuil.
That was a long intro. Saw a comment, Bean saying, I have one, was that campaign voice? YouTube voice and one normal voice. Is there actually a difference if I stream regularly compared to when I'm doing YouTube? Is there actually a difference? Can't imagine it, but it wouldn't surprise me. Alright, so objectives. Capture the city of Liege by destroying 2 of its 3 castles. Yes, there is? Oh god, okay. Now you guys are making me self-aware. So, destroy 2 of its 3 castles. The Burgundians are restricted to a population limit of 150 and you cannot advance to the Imperial Age. 6 villages that support the rebels are located in the vicinity. You can plunder their trade workshops, mills and markets for additional resources. You can trade with your ally for additional gold income, but ensure that your enemies do not wreak havoc on your trade routes. Oh god. Trade routes is like my energy in my enemy in campaigns. John the Fearless has recruited siege engineers from the Flemish cities whose expertise provides the Burgundians with the means to construct cap rams. John the Fearless and his army have assembled to the west, accompanied by some villagers which can set up camp. The city of Liege is located to the southeast. The rebels will defend the city fiercely with skirmishers, spearmen, and archers. As long as the city's supply camps remain intact, Liege will also make use of gunpowder units such as hand cannons and organ guns. Organ guns. Your ally, the Duke of Bavaria, has set up his camp to the north. Eager to take back Liege, the Duke will send heavy cavalry and monks into battle. 6 nearby villages support the rebels in Liege, but are barely defended and can be easily plundered. Alright. So here we have John the Fearless.
Are inciting the local population to take up arms and rebel. John, let us put an end to this insubordination.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, let me group up my units here. We are in the castle age, so I can do I can build a town center. Oh, don't kill the boar. No! Ah, okay. It's all good. Okay, TC spot. Where's the good TC spot? That seems like a good one, but it's quite far. Let's do one there. Just to get that eco rolling. So yellow will make mostly cavalry, from what I understood. Let's go and see if we can raid something. Loot markets, mills, and trade workshops to receive additional resources. Let me move the GL logo here quickly. Alright. We are Burgundians, so Burgundians, let's see if we haven't played in campaigns before, but we can do...
Your nefarious enemies in Paris have renewed the charges against you for freeing France from this insane tyrant.
They seem not to take me seriously. I will show them. No more mercy to our enemies. Spare no one.
Oh boy, we seem angry. That's all I can say. Who won the poker game? I came out with a plus. So did Nelly and a few others. Because I want to just take out the mills, trade workshops, and markets to get resources. Louder, please. Why so loud? Was it really that? Was it that bad? I'm sorry. I didn't get anything.
Lumber and stone was stored in this trade workshop. We will make good use of these resources.
I just bought 100 stone to build a new town center, and then I get stone.
Lumber and stone was stored in this trade workshop. We will make good use of these resources.
Okay, I'm mostly getting stone and wood from those. Good to know. What about the mill? Okay. Okay, so you get food for the mill. Makes sense.
Simple-minded rebels in Liege seem to think that our scouts would not discover their secret gunpowder depots. How good they are.
Ah, okay, so this is a...
So the Liege rebels can no longer make use of their cannons.
So this is the gunpowder stores. Does John the Fearless have to survive? First question I ask myself. Why do they have such Cornish accents? Don't ask me. I realize I don't have Balkanar actually. Let's get that. I think I can do... I mean, it's just a guard tower and some crossbows. They don't have good upgrades either. I think we can actually just go straight for this. Oh, I can do Cavalier! True. I always forget those things. Let's do Balkan Arrow first. I don't think I have 2 guard towers. They only have Balkan Arrow though. I think once I do +2, I will go for like +2 armor. I will go for the fight. Okay, we have a gunpowder store up there as well. Here are some mills to raid. That looks like something I actually would like to raid. I guess the coastal area is also bugged in the campaign. For those who don't know, the coastal area you can actually get double charge attack against range units. This is a nice raid. Fish booming is probably not worth it. Let's build some stables. That was a good raid. I'm not sure how much that impacts the enemy in this campaign, but we'll take it, we'll take it. So far we're not being attacked ourselves, so that's... that is good. I kind of want to get Cavalier as well. Let's run in with John the Fearless first, because he's fearless, obviously. See if he can take all the fire. Oh, it's a third tower as well. Actually not a big fan of this fight I'm taking here. Then again, I also just have to take the gunpowder store, right? I don't have to take the guard towers. Alright, the Duke is angry. Yeah, we'll just take this out and then we'll leave. Indeed, one gone. Green has 2 camps. I know there's 1 camp on the other side. We'll get there. Okay, I need to put focus on gold. Where else is there gold? I see gold down here. So far fairly smooth. Are you doing the level with the achievement? I'm not familiar with achievements. I'm actually something I planned a long time ago that I'm definitely gonna get going soon. Is I wanted to do a YouTube series called Achievement Hunt, where I'll just try to hunt down all the achievements in the game, pretty much. I think that could be a fun little series. I try to pretty much complete every achievement in the game. There are quite a few fun ones in there, actually. Okay, there's the trade workshop. Let's get that down. Good way to get some resources. They don't really put up that much of a fight, which makes sense. I mean, I have 70 villages. I might just go to the next stage. Alright, doggy is starting to make noises. Okay, more stone. It's gonna be food. Yeah, I thought I was actually neutral to them. I should be enemy to them. So I fight the villagers. So I noticed my units didn't actually attack the villagers. If you're neutral, they don't target villagers by themselves. So let's see what the market gives us. Now let's prepare a siege here. Right, market, what you got?
Every coin that we take is one less coin that our enemies can spend.
Oh, unlimited to the castle age. I was trying to go Imperial Age. Okay, so that's... Whoa. Gesundheit. Bless you. Dog is sneezing. He's loud. No? You fine? Right, for some reason my trade cart decided to lure all the enemies. Alright, I thought I could go to the Imperial Age. I should have known, because it did say in the intro that I was limited to don't need crop rotation. Well, then we can go ham on the Cavaliers in Castle Age. I guess you're actually limited to Cavalier in the Castle Age because they want you to play with the... Like, you're limited to Castle Age because they want you to play Cavalier here. Would be my guess. Whoa, I'm actually losing the army there. I didn't expect to actually be attacked. Organ guns! I did deactivate the organ gun mod, unfortunately.
Every coin that contains is one less coin that our enemies can spend. There are many to be found in this market. Lumber and stone is stored in this trade workshop.
You can almost drop a castle here.
Use of these resources. The grain that the villagers had stored in this mill will now feed the Burgundian army.
Actually, go here. I wanna take out these. They have Castle Age upgrades here. Ooh. Go villagers. There is no Portuguese player. True. There's organ guns in play, yet there is no Portuguese player. What is Yellow doing, by the way? 3 scorpions, 1 knight.
The grain that the villagers had stored in this mill will now feed the Burgundian army.
Not overly impressed by Yellow's contributions here, I must admit. Thanks, cheater. Yes. Yeah, I think our cavalry units are strong enough though. Let's start working on the Liege city. I also want to take out the gunpowder store up here, so they stop making organ guns and Hankeners. Why not mine stone for Coustelier? Coustelier. Coustelier. That's what they're called. Something like that. I don't know. Just didn't really haven't.
The grain that the villagers had stored in this mill will now feed the Burgundian army.
You have so much food all of a sudden. Holy cow. Let's go, Duke of Bavaria. It's Jordan. Let's go, Jordan.
Will now feed the Burgundian army.
Did I lose? No, he's there. I was worried I may have lost John there for a second. I have full pikemen here. Probably not going to be the most effective fight for me. But still, it's Cavalier, right? Gotta make sure. Oh, we don't lose John. I've actually had a pretty good record of keeping my units alive as of late. Or my heroes alive, rather. He's playing full pikemen. Which means my army choice doesn't really make sense. But then again, it's Cavalier in the Castle Age. Don't really have too many other options. Feels like playing anything else than Cavalier is wrong. Like if you have your choice, you go Cavalier, right? You have unlimited resources. I think Scorpions could be a choice, but I mean, looking at this, I think we are doing enough here anyway. Let's drop more forward, see workshop. There's the first castle. Actually, wood income is lacking. I may have gone too hard with my food income. Looking at this. Burgundian Vineyards is a imperial... No, wait, that's Castle Age technology, isn't it? I'm actually confused now. Scrootage is the Imperial Age upgrade. You're right. I could do Burgundian Vineyards. Yeah, we're making progress. Slow and steady. Oh, John! Oh, 9 HP, John. Time for you to take a step back. Oh, Flemish oh wait, Scootage? Oh, that's Sicilians. True. Flemish Revolution is imp. Scootage is Sicilians. My bad, my bad. Did I raid? I raided all this, all that. But let me know if the music is too loud. I feel like it may be. The castle is going down. It is loud, it is good. Let me lower it just like a few percentages. So it's more of a background thing. Are they actually repairing? No. They actually have enough units to defend this. I'm gonna go back here and rebuild. They did not think I would have to, but okay. Here we are. Now the music is basically gone. Nothing is playing right now, so it is literally gone. I thought I would just be able to steamroll here, but I actually have to take a step back and... I mean, there's not a lot of gold either. So I can go there. It's time to make some... I shouldn't have sold gold, I should have kept it, so I could convert it into a... Trade for gold. Trade isn't really that effective. As long as there's gold on the map, you'd rather use villagers to mine the gold. We have the castle now, so they're not gonna push it. Let's just prepare a ton of ramps. Take out the gunpowder store. You are not supposed to be there. $300 gold is the cost of this upgrade as well. What is tech? Let's just take out the gunpowder store.
Both gunpowder depots are in ruins, sire. Without their cannons, the rebels will be an easy target.
Actually being raided. What? Rebel supply camps defeated. Alright. Sounds good to me. I could go to the backside here and raid, but then again, the resources I'm getting are quite low. Just a little bit of stone and such. So there's one castle... Wait, where's... Oh, I took out the castle. Okay. There's a second castle. Wasn't there 3 castles? Maybe there's one in the background here. Wait, reduce... I have to kill their villagers. What happened to the castles? Wasn't there destroyed 2 out of 3 castles? I'm confused. Maybe I just read wrong. Okay, we have enough ramps. Let's patrol them through. Do a castle drop somewhere where there's economy. Like there. And then we start waiting. I'm gonna do scooter, not scooter, calling the wrong word. Burgundian vineyards. My farms will also generate gold from here on. It's a glitch in your matrix. Okay, it does say as well how many villagers they have at the moment. Okay, cool. I think we have enough army now to steamroll. Looks like they don't have too much army anymore anyway. 43 villagers hiding in the town center at the moment. I'm guessing. They even have villagers down here. Might have to send a raiding squad down there. Okay, Scootage, not Scootage. Burgundian Vineyards just finished, but I don't like that they don't give me like there should have been an alert that notified me that, hey, this upgrade is finished, right? I think so. I think that would have been a nice feature. Okay, villagers 34. This is gonna be a lot of dead vills for sure. Pustili a raid, please. Don't think we need to make those. "26 villagers. Might be some units there. Jordan's got my back indeed. He's the Duke of Bavaria. Let's just go straight there. Some more vills here. 24 left, so we need to kill 9 more villagers. There's 2 more. 23, 21. 25 more villagers. 19. 4 more villagers. There's 1. Use the charge attack. Look at this. Oh, we did it.
But I will not show mercy to these traitors. Drive all rebels out of their hiding places. Hang them all. Wipe out their entire families while you are at it.
He's angry. Did I win? I won. Right. Good work. Thank you. Game sound gets louder when you alt-tab. I don't alt-tab. I just...
The Battle
clicked.
of Auteuil was a decisive victory for John the Fearless. He rode in triumph to Paris, and his armies entered the city without a fight. The Armagnac plot had failed. But since they had not openly waged war on him, John could not yet exact his revenge by force. Instead, John had the 15-year-old son of the deceased duke brought before him. Still mourning the death of his father, the boy was forced to forgive his father's murderer in public.
Wow.
A cruel act, you say? And that it was. But remember, my son, that cruelty was not John's goal, only a means to an end. By orchestrating this public display, John showed not just the boy, but the entire house of Armagnac on their knees, kissing his feet. It was one insult too many for the proud Armagnacs, and the struggle between the two factions would soon turn into open war.
All right. Soon open war to be had. Viper, I followed you so I could say thanks for doing the original campaigns. I've been trying them on the hardest difficulty, and I watched one of your games to help finish one I was stuck on. Awesome, dude. I'm happy I was able to help. Yeah, it's not really too much to read into here from the stats. So that was a kingdom divided. I obviously have people live watching here, but if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.